Or what's going on, everybody? This is Waning Moonlight, and I've been wanting to speedrun Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 1 for a good bit now, and I just have not gone around to it. But today I decided I'm gonna do it, and I've had a good bit to drink, so I thought, you know what? Drunk speedrunning, what could possibly go wrong? Now you might notice there's no timer in any corner of the screen. That's because I play on Xbox. Mm, I will cough here and there, like I had like a cold a week ago. Wow, this is a little loud. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna believe stopping to adjust my music does not help with my speed run time. Um, can I change that from the outside? 'Cause I know I talk quiet. I'm a very quiet person. I always have been. Um, we're we're just gonna turn this all the way down. Okay, cool, cool. New game. That's kill number one. Okay, number two already on a reset. Now I'm not gonna do too many resets. I'm gonna just play it through, even if I die. Other than that, honestly, I don't have too much planned. I know the basics of speedrunning. And I'm gonna try and use them here. Obviously, that includes thieves with Blackfire bombs. Um, And after every boss, I will take another shot. Love of the game. It's going to add to some difficulty. At least it will, in my opinion. I've never, I've not done like a regular speed run to even begin with, honestly. So I have nothing of a basis. So I'm kind of shooting for 2.5 hours max. Um, I can't. There will be exploits used, some glitches, but nothing like, oh, hit left, right, beat the game. I'm not going to use wrong warping this time at least. I know how to do those glitches. They just take, I mean, they would be speed. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no, I'm not. Thank you. I mean, they obviously would be faster. Um, I'm doing a how long would it take for me to beat this boss in or boss, but beat this game. Just doing what I do. Um, I don't know if it's gonna make sense. It probably doesn't. So I guess I'll easily explain with there will be a few glitches, but nothing like crazy. Like I'll do the souls glitch, but I won't wrong warp. That's like I feel like that's a good baseline of understanding of what I will and will not do. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. It's been a pretty good week now for me. I had an 8-hour shift at work today. Helped find a missing kid, which I'm not a cop. I work at a movie theater. So that was pretty crazy. This like lady, um, like I'm working the front, and I'm trying to help her figure out her mobile tickets, and she turned. We're talking, we're looking at her phone. Turns out she never even bought them to begin with, which I don't know how you do that. It happens more often than you think. Um, Anyways, we're talking, and she turns around to go outside to buy tickets at the box office, and she's like, "Wait, where's Walker? Walker, where are you?" Like she starts calling his name, and I take a breath in because I'm like, "Oh, this isn't good." Um, And so I'm like, okay, ma'am, it's all right. I'll call a manager to the podium, which is what we call the front. Mm. And manager comes to the podium. It's my boy Justin. I'm like, Justin, hey, speed running this. Just like when I'm doing the game. Let me break it down for you. This lady lost her kid, and she described the kid, short, blonde, whatever. And I could see it in his face. So he was like, okay, okay. Um, and he goes over to walkie. He's like, general manager, Mike, you got a second? And I hear now the lady's like, I'm gonna go out front, look if he's there, and also buy tickets. I'm like, okay, you're gonna buy tickets while you're out there, crazy, but hey, you do you, girl. Because it was an older woman, she's in her 60s. So she goes out front. I see her looking around, and I hear her like 4 times over the walkie. Hey, Mike, you got a second? Hey, Mike, where are you? Mike, you busy? All the while, I'm just kind of looking up and down the hallways. Um, I'm debating. I don't know where the managers are looking. Like I see them checking bathrooms. Um, so I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I thought I'll just stay up front as like a little median beacon of a sense, a home base for our operations. And eventually, I hear over the walkie, Mike, we found the kid. Turns, I don't know what happened, because they are discussing it a good few feet away from me. But they found the kid. He came out with a different like older folks, a different family. Um, Obviously they had come in with. I doubt it was his second set of family. And what I'm assuming happened is we're showing Toy Story. Toy Story 5's out. And he just wandered into a Toy Story 5 showing. Not really thinking like, oh, grandma ain't with me, because kids don't think. Because he was a young lad. I would guess maybe 10 at the oldest. Um, and yeah, so like he probably just wandered. He knew how to read this movie he's going to, so he was like, "Yay, movie!" And then realized like, wait, she's not with me. What do I do? Older adult, and asked them for help. So all's well that ended well. She got their tickets. They went to see the movie. But my gosh, for like a few seconds was that scary. Oh, hey, I didn't get shaken. Unlike the grandma, she was so scared. I could see her trembling. I talked to her a bit because I was like, man, we have cameras. I know you're worried. He's gonna be okay. We have cameras. I said we can rewind the footage and find where he went. Not gonna lie, that was a bit of a lie. I low key was just trying to keep her from freaking out. Because I know it's a scary situation losing your kid. I mean, not that I can relate, because I'm 20. Thankfully, I don't have kids. It would be very questionable if I did. Um, but I mean, I have empathy. I can imagine what it would be like to lose either your kid and or grandkid. Um, but what I could see, she thanked the workers or managers and didn't say nothing to me. I mean, I organized everything, and whatever. And they went and watched a movie. I didn't see them leave, because they came in closer to my shift being done. But you know what? I hope they had a good time. I don't, it's kind of crazy. I work at a movie theater, and I don't watch movies like that. Um, there are a few I'm gonna watch this year. Like, shit, I just used L4. Damn it. I'm gonna be watching Death of Robin Hood this Sunday. I'm a big Robin Hood guy. Well, in fact, I'm a big bow and arrow guy. My favorite superhero is the Green Arrow. Um, after all, followed by The Flash, goated. But anyways, I like them. And Robin Hood was one of my favorite books growing up. Not and Robin Hood was my favorite animated movies. You know, the one with the fox. So it's kind of funny, in my opinion, that like I work at a movie theater, don't really care to watch movies in general. I read a good bit and play games, but just I'm not much for like watching things. Um, I don't know what it's. Most of my friend for my entire life, from first grade, he loves to watch games. Um, so like I'll just I'll play a game and he'll watch or we'll take turns. I don't mind taking turns to play a game. That's fine. But anyways, this brings around to me saying like movies aren't my big thing, but I am looking forward to watching Robin Hood. The Odyssey's coming out next month, which you ought to see it. I'm really looking forward to it. I love history with like myth and legend stuff like that. That's where you get me. Um, another good one that's coming out. Supergirl that came out. So my theater does early showings. So like, while it's supposed to come out the 26th, we had showings the 25th. Oh my gosh, can you die? There you go. Yeah, we have early showings, and yeah, I've heard Supergirl people are not liking it. Now, me personally, I've yet to see it. I have no opinion on it, but I am looking forward to watching it because, well, I like not only do I like superhero movies, but I liked Superman. I thought that was good. Um, but every single person I know is saying it was not worth a watch, which has me a little bit worried for watching it. If you've seen Supergirl, do not let me know how it is. I wish to be surprised. I wish there was a way to climb faster. My gosh. Um, I liked Superman. In general, my favorite. I gotta say, I've been disappointed because I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, my favorite superhero is Green Arrow. Ain't nobody making a Green Arrow movie, but I love him. He's such a hater. He's a hater for love of the game most of the time. Um, Flash is my second favorite superhero, and well, getting a superhero movie of your favorite hero turns out isn't always all it's cracked up to be. It's my gosh, was that horrid? Like, first off, how are you making a Flash movie no Reverse Flash? Like, I feel like that's obvious right there. Step one, Reverse Flash, and then they do Savitar, and I have a comic with Savitar. I'm pretty familiar with the guy, and it's even I'm like, yo, cool, but why? Why are we pulling out Big Bro so early? Um, like first movie villain. I mean, I get why maybe not Reverse Flash first, because he has like a deep, deep hatred of the Flash. But it should have been something. I also like that they're just discontinuing that movie franchise. The Schneiderverse. Is that how you pronounce it? Um, low key deserved. Obviously, they're kind of mid. Um, what's the um? Let me drink some water. I should probably do that. What was I was gonna bring this back now, but yeah. So Supergirl, I'm intrigued. They got Jason Momoa as Lobo. Lobo is a funny character. He's an interesting guy. I can respect him. And I think Jason Momoa clearly pretty at least a competent actor, so I feel like he should be good for the role as well. Low key, I should have grabbed this Wylander. Um, I have no particular route in general. I think I'm going to use to let you, the viewer, know what I'm planning. I'm gonna use the black fire bombs to help take out the gargoyles. Ooh, maybe I'll take the elevator down. Thank you, Boar. Okay, Big Man's not pulled the lever down yet. He's cool. Need to pull up the basement key. So okay, we're good. Low key, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Hey, excuse you. Okay, we're cool. We are cooling. Um, we got a little. That was a little close. A little close. I play Dark Souls 1 a good bit. Um, I think out of all the FromSoft, or actually out of any game, I know the most glitches for Dark Souls 1. Like I could hit send skip right now, right now, but I don't feel like it. Um, so what I'm gonna do is obviously hit a quick bonfire rest, quick refresh, put everyone back home. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna grab the Firekeeper soul. Okay, okay, and I'm all. I don't know why he is one of the few enemies that aren't. Dark Souls 1 in general, there's some enemies that. How do you hit himself? Okay, dude. There we go. A few enemies do not reset, and that irritates me greatly. Because it's like, what was so hard about putting him back over here? Like, I don't know what coding is in video games. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a coder. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand making video games. But if 99% of enemies go back, why not make it 100? You know? I mean, it's not like he's a super mini boss. You know, it's just, I mean, I guess you would call him a mini boss. But it's not like he's, um, like super powerful, ultimate, this is my final form, blah, blah, blah. You know, no, he's not crazy. He's not like, you can run, I'm running by him. I could take him out in 30 seconds if I wanted to. He's not scary. I just don't get what his purpose is. He should kill himself. And now I hope that doesn't get my video flagged for anything. You know, that was bad. Um, I have to remember where this Violander is. Ah, shit. Is there no winged spear? Yo, shout out to spears. I used them in a run recently. Not recently. It's actually a good bit ago. Here we go. The spears are pretty fun. Ooh, yo, you know, let's just awake the whole town. Whole town's being waked. Woked. Awoken. Ah. Okay, having a giant bird would kind of be fire. Oh, you guys see, or I don't know if I would say, did you see, but I've heard that the new Switch 2 from software title, The Duskbloods, it's gonna be like a PvPvE, or it's almost like Night Rain, where like you're dropped in a group to do almost a battle royale, but there's also from software enemies. And I heard that, and I'm really hoping that's not true. Like, look, I like Night Rain. Night Rain's fun. I enjoyed a few rounds of it. I don't want Night Rain, but I also fight my teammates. That's just bad. And I heard only one person go over it. I haven't looked it up myself. I'm going off the words of a rain. Oh, thank you, whoever blessed the bonfire. Tuda balloons to you for kindness. Um, yeah, I don't know if that's 100% true. If it is, I'm honestly disappointed. Like I got a Switch 2 My main purpose, honestly, was because I want Duskbloods. Of course, I'm gonna play stuff like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild on the Switch 2 edition because I mean I like Zelda games. I'm a nerd, but hearing that this game is just gonna be another, I thought it'd be the next Dark Souls or Elden Ring, like a solo adventure. It's a little disappointing to hear it's just another Night Rain. Now, if it's $40, I won't mind. You know what? Hey, I'll get it. However, I've heard it's gonna be full retail price because it's Nintendo. Nintendo's pretty freaking greedy. And again, not a knock on Nintendo. I love Nintendo. World's biggest Zelda fan right here. But that doesn't mean I want to pay $70 for a worse Night Rain. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know how many I need. I'm gonna buy 6. Let me know if you guys plan on getting the game or not. Because I most certainly will be. I mean, I have to, not only because I do Dark Souls content. Oh, shoot, you could have upgraded the demon anyway. That would have fun. But I also plan on getting it because I'm just in general From Software fan. It'd be rude if I didn't. Mr. Miyazaki needs my, in particular, $20 or the company will go under. I have to do it. He told me himself. He also said I have to send him like $5,000 too. I don't know. Yeah. So, do you plan on getting, you the people, you the commenters? You plan on getting Duskbloods? I want to see more gameplay trailers. I mean, because I went from thinking this is Bloodborne 2 to knowing it's Night Rain 2. I would love Bloodborne 2, Night Rain 2. Night Rain's fun. Like, I've 100% in Night Rain. Like, let it be said. Um, so it's not like it would be that. Oh my gosh. Damn. Um, okay. Screw that guy. Rude. First of all, I guess I'm gonna have to take out little bro over here. Apparently, anyways, like Night Rain, overall it's pretty good to me. Like, so I started my channel as like a challenge runner. And I'm transitioning to doing more top 10 stuff. And I gotta admit, it feels a little weird. Can I fast roll now? No. Yeah, anyway, so I didn't get too much content out in Night Rain in terms of video. Well, actually, my shorts did pretty good. My 3 most popular shorts are Night Rain related. So big appreciation to the Big Rain for that. And I love the game. I love the DLC. But I gotta admit, like, when it comes down to it, minus, so the final boss was my personal favorite, the Night Lord himself. I tried the Elden Ring jump. Talking so much Night Rain, I thought I could jump, right? That's kind of funny. Dang. I'll continue what I'm saying in a second. I just gotta lock in. Um, Night Rain, yeah. So most of the final night bosses I thought were kind of mid. Um, Libra is pretty bad. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of them off the head. Actually, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Three-headed dog. He's pretty fun in theory. Playing with three people, because like here's the thing. Night Rain has a lot of ranged character options, and the whole point is like, oh, you have a frontliner tank, and then a range option. That's how it works. And then having the three-headed dog split so everyone gets attention, it's like, well, that kind of breaks the purpose of having like Guardian or whatever. It's not frontlining anymore because the dog split and it's going for everybody. Did I get the bone? Did I grab it? I did it. Oh shoot. Um, so I feel like that kind of is ruined a little bit. Um, and but like overall, the boss fight's fine. Um, I think for a first boss in the game, it's pretty good. It's solid. Um, I feel like it's the best one. I bet it was really good to have an introductory fight. Um, Let me think. So next, I'm gonna go with the the pest, the bug dude. He's pretty good. Um, I feel like he does a. That's a good boss to have because it's like okay, that's roll. Ranged people can go ahead and fight the moth because I don't know if you know the moth has less defense obviously than the armored scorpion. That's a stupid statement. Of course it has. Waning, Sharon. Um, yeah, so it's like it does that, and then they combined for a second phase. Overall, they're honestly not too bad of a fight. Um, I'm just quickly checking what's my roll. Okay, second fast roll these. Um, I think like, but like visually, they're not entertaining moveset wise. They're not entertaining. Like I give them a 6.5 out of 10. They're fine, better than average, but they're just okay. You don't let me do a numerical ranking. The dogs will get a 7 out of 10. Colgera, or that's not it. The dragon, ice dragon. I'm gonna call him Colgera. Um, he's gonna get oh, that's awesome. Um, Low key, he's just pretty easy in general. Like I did his Everdark Sovereign version first try. Um, he's easy, but he's very cool. I'm a big fan of snow themed areas. So is my friend. Um, so I'm gonna probably give Bro a solid 7 out of 10 because at least he's entertaining to look at, visually appealing, stuff like that. Like that, those are bonuses. Um, Libra, honestly, he's not very fun in general. I gotta practice. I gotta practice self care. That goes up. Um, Libra, he to me he's not fun. Visually, he's okay. I fought his Everdark version. I gotta admit the idea of him summoning other versions of us is cool. However, when I was doing the run that he was able to get two versions of us out at the same time. And they all just ran for us. I've seen some people like they fight each other. I don't know if they use something to do that or if they're programmed to, but they did not do that for me. Um, and that wasn't fun. So low key, screw Libra, not that fun. Um, who like overall, I would give him a 4 out of 10. It's just not. Yeah, he's like a he's someone who I see him pop up and it's just I'll do it, but I'm not gonna be happy to. You know what I mean? It's just like he's a chore, and if a boss is a chore, then it's not fun. And like one could say fighting Capra Demon's a chore, but at least it's fun to get the plunge attack in. You feel me? There's some fun in that. Libra, there's zero fun in him. Trying to remember all the bosses off the top of my head. I'm free balling this. I truthfully, I had planned zero talking subjects for this video. I know there's more. Okay, Centaur Man, low key, I would call him peak forgettability. However, he is pretty fun. He's a solid 8, maybe 8.5 out of 10. Design is pretty unique. First Centaur fight in From Software history. So that's cool. The design's unique. I like that he's missing an arm and he like getting a shadow arm as his phase transition. That's pretty tough. That's tough. You cannot tell me otherwise. Mm. And I like when bosses have the weaknesses that can be like visually shown when they hit. Like, when he's doing his phase transition and you're like, okay, time to lock in. Um, and you hit him with enough electricity, he loses his buff. Now, I know every boss like apparently loses something when hit with their elemental weakness. I cannot claim that I have noticed, or I can't claim that I remember them all off the top of my head, like what happens. Like, I have never seen Libra proc madness. And truthfully, that's because I feel like the game does not give you any madness spells. Um, which is very disappointing. I would love to see what happens. I've just never freaking gotten it. Um, yeah, just to visually see the effect, and honestly, because he's so cool, that's why he's getting a solid 8 out of me. Gaping Jaw. Gaping Jaw, I am very split on, truthfully. Because obviously, having a giant mouth split open sideways, like reverse Gaping Dragon, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Game, please. Okay. He's good. I gotta admit, having lightning's pretty cool. Personally, as a specifically Dark Souls player, having a dragon not weak to lightning has been throwing me off because of freaking Elden Ring and Night Rain. Pretty uncool games. Not making dragons weak to lightning. Um, I don't appreciate it. Um, and again, back to like the obvious weakness. When you poison him, he starts throwing up, so he's actually weak to be hit. That's cool. Well, I don't like him. I don't like to see him throwing. Well, it's kind of a cool animation actually. So I do like to see that man throw up. It's fire. Um, but it's just like, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there. I would give him an 8.5 in general. I feel like I'm forgetting a boss. Is there not a magic boss? I don't know. Night Lord, holy peak. I say it every once in a while. My channel, Waning Moonlight, I won the name after the Moonlight Greatsword. So I love the Moonlight Greatsword. Oh my gosh, wait, sorry, I got put him on hold. Augur, the gimmick fight. You're gonna love Augur. Holy, he's cool. Big fan of Augur. My main for most of the game was Iron Eye, so I was pretty used to doing ranged stuff. So fighting him was like nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Um, for me, so I was a big fan of that. Sorry, just locking in for a sentence. Damn. Augur, big fan of him. Design is really cool. His lore is crazy. He says he was just floating out in space, minding his own business, and that whatever the Night Lord was doing, he was like, "Ooh, this is Aura. I'm gonna help him." Like, bro, the bro was a cosmic entity who cared about nothing, but was so drawn to what was going on here, he decided he would join in. That's so cool, and that puts Aura on the Night Lord. I don't know if you guys know any lore about Night Rain, but it's so crazy. Caligo was almost the same thing. They've sat upon their like dragon peak for so long, never interfering with the mortal world. They would just sit and watch. However, again, what the Night Lord were doing was so interesting. They had to come and watch in person. Um, Fire. Straight up aura for the Night Lord. Damn it. Um, just yeah. So Augur, he's a 9 to me. His Everdark version, where you get the Moonlight as your Ash of War, 10, straight up 10. That is a perfect example of a gimmick fight that From Software should use from here on out. It's a weapon that scales on whatever your weapon is. It charges itself up, but it doesn't one shot the boss. Like I feel like with Yorm and Rykard, there's no actually fighting the boss. It's just like Storm Ruler, you annihilate their health bar. Excuse me, sir. All right, what? Yeah, I hit that fast enough. Um, Storm Ruler melts Yorm in a way that's not even funny. Like it's straight up. It's not even comedic how quickly Yorm dies. Rykard, truthfully, I don't even think like I could close my eyes and beat Rykard. However, Augur Everdark is a gimmick fight or where you have to actually pay attention. That's how you know you did it right. That's what's so good about Augur. Number one Augur fan right here. I gotta say. I mean, to even begin with. So that definitely helps. So yeah, that's why it's a 10, even 12 out of 10. Um, I think that's all of them. So we're gonna go to the big man himself, the Night Lord. Oh my gosh. I hit quit. I don't fail at this normally. I'm actually being rage baited. Night Lord, 10 out of 10. I respect that he comes out weak at first. And then he uses every element in his arsenal, plus his own Moonlight Greatsword. He's so cool. Um, I think he's genuinely my favorite final boss in a From Software game. Because I mean, what is there to? I mean, actually, let me. Ooh. So first, I said that statement thinking of like, what is there? Um, Gwyn. So parryable as you're gonna see in probably an hour or two. It's not even funny. Like it's not even fun to fight him because he's so easy. Um, Nashandra, easy, but not even in the fun way because she just kind of stands there and takes it. Soul of Cinder's cool for the references, but if your only claim to fame is that you got cool references, then you're not you don't have your own aura. And that's my problem with Soul of Cinder. Good fight, just he's just, I don't like Dark Souls 3 in general. Honestly, I don't like Dark Souls 3 in general. Um, so that probably doesn't help. Uh, I mean, just yeah, he's just okay. He's all right. No real thoughts. Um, excuse me, sir. I'm gonna hope there's not a giant boulder when I reach up here. Oh, funny that thing of 2,000 HP. Um, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Soul Cinder, just mid in my eyes. Well, let me rephrase. He was probably the best From Software boss for a good while. Um, Elden Ring, no one's gonna look me in the eyes and say Radon and Elden Beast is the best final fight. All right, I know for a fact nobody's gonna be lying in these comments like that. Um, However, I almost forgot two bosses, that being Ishin Ashina and Gurman. Because obviously, Moon Presence ain't all that good of a final fight. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Bloodborne fans, I got the Hunter's Mark tattooed on me. I know Moon Presence ain't even built like that. Gurman, on the other hand, that's an interesting question. Ooh, what do I think? Gurman, because he suffers from the same problem as Gwyn, as in he's pretty easily parryable, but the aura alone, he might surpass. That's what I'm thinking. Aura alone, he might be better. Um, Ishin Ashina, listen, this is hard because there's two forms of Ishin that are peak. Um, Me personally, I don't know where to put them. So when I first played Sekiro, honestly, it is a tragedy. Um, I should make a short out of it. It's jump speed. That's right. Oh my gosh, I'm just every other freaking From Software game where it's right on the D-pad or not D-pad, joystick, left joystick. And also, I'm doing something. Trust. Actually, you know what? I don't need it. Never mind. I lied. I should still go back either way. That's another thing I meant to do. Um. Oh yeah. Anyways, Ishin Ashina peak. I can never say he's bad. Oh, but yeah, my first time playing Sekiro. I was really bad at parrying, so I just didn't like really ever. When I beat I don't know what's the difference. Or okay, so I think Ishin Ashina. I'm gonna say for my words, Ishin Ashina will be the fire one, old man, while Sword Saint is obviously Sword Saint Ishin. I'm pretty sure that's the difference. But if I'm wrong, just so you know what I'm talking about. So my first ending was actually the Ashura ending. Um, Mostly because I was intrigued by it. I was like, oh, I can just turn evil? Okay, let me screw that kid. I'm going with my dad. Um, and I thought that was entertaining. But anyways, I would not parry, and I would just like dodge roll everything. Um, and it was fun. It was good. I'd give Ishin Ashina like a 8 out of 10. The hard part of judging his boss fight is the fact that I can't think of her name. That one lady's in front of him. and I don't mind her fight. I legitimately just cheese her by did I just stagger him in his oh no, he wasn't staggered. I just cheese her by using I can't think of the move, but we do like 360-degree angle attacks around you. Um, um, 360 attacks. Um, it's one of the few skills you have to level up. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't think of what it's called. If you know it, two the balloons to you and a parted in pin comment. But yeah, it's just like you would go like it's like you would do the what's her name? Shit. Melania, the Melania waterfowl. And I'm not talking about one mine. It's another one that can actually be moved along. Anyways, I would use that and just absolutely shred her. And it's like I know I know she's supposed to be part of his boss fight, but a part of your fight can be cheesed so easily, it takes away from it. He's still fun. He's still fun. We're at 46 minutes. Dang. Made it this far in the video. Thank you. I don't know if I'm funny. So if you somehow made it this far, thank you. Let me know if I should trunk run the other two from Software or the other two Dark Souls games. I'll do it. I'll do it. Anyway, Sword Saint Ishin. I remember when I beat him. So I did not know you could counter the lightning by jumping in the air. I was so confused. Because it just said counter lightning. From what I remembered, it said counter lightning by just hitting LB and reverse it. Blah blah blah. Or that's how you could reverse lightning. I didn't read the jump in the air part. So when I went to fight him and it didn't work, I was like, well, damn, okay. And what I would end up doing is just not that. I just ran around and just spammed Mortal Blade, even when I ran out of. I don't know what the things are called. The little symbols that let you get the, strong version. Or I guess like I say strong version. I guess like actual full strength version. Thank goodness I didn't choose to fight that guy. Ooh. Yeah, hold on. I will be quietly locking in for this. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just Mortal Blade slash, not fully empowered. And just kept running around him, and I posted on Reddit because I was proud. I was like, "Hey guys, I beat Sword Saint Ishin," and oh my gosh, I got so many hate comments for not parrying. Now, let it be said, I was on New Game Plus as well, so like it was like slightly harder too. So to me, I was like, this is more impressive. People hating, blah blah blah. It was so mean, so many haters, yada yada. Sekiro, listen, I like your game. People are haters, kind of unfun. Is how you get down now? So what did I do? I went ahead and beat the game again and posted a new game plus clip of me beating Sword Saint Ishin the exact same way. It was pure rage bait for love of the game. And again, I got so many hate comments. It was so funny. Now I since then I've 100%ed the game. I'm definitely better than I used to be. I do actually parry now. I mean, I must have learned to parry if I'm gonna 100% the game. I had to beat Inner Ishin, Inner Owl, Inner Owl. Listen, there's a I don't know what it is about From Software. It's super hard bosses being so fun, but it's like being driven to the point of insanity eventually makes the boss fun. I don't know what it is, but Inner Owl, that is one of my most proudest achievements. Well, actually, proudest achievement is Dark Souls 2 Torch Only, because I uploaded the first ever video of a Dark Souls 2 Torch Only. No one else has ever done it, so hashtag go watch it. Yeah. I'm sorry, that was weird. What was I gonna say? Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah. So I mean I have a few proud achievements, but like for first time, OMG, I did it. Inner Owl, definitely up there. Um, and I like that the platinum for Sekiro, most of it was skill based. Like Dark Souls 2, it was just a lot of collect random items. And the only random items I felt like I had to collect in Sekiro were the lapis lazuli, um, for all the oh my gosh, can you die? For all the upgrade equipment. Um, Even then, that's not even really that bad in general. There could be worse things to have to collect. And you already get a good bit throughout each run, you know, if you go on New Game Plus cycles. All right, halfway through, we're at 53 minutes. This is roughly where I expect it to be at. Mm. Anyways, but most of them I felt like were tests of skill, and I really appreciate that. Felt like if you wanted to 100% the game, you actually had to learn the game. If you want to get every single skill, you have to do at least Inner Genichiro, which Genichiro, one of my top favorite From Software bosses of all time. Easy, zero contest. He's up there. Um, he's so fun. He was my Discord profile image for like a couple of years because just straight up aura. Um, I did a run before I did YouTube, like just for myself, for love of the game. I just did Genichiro. Had the closest I could in armor. I had obviously a katana and the Erdtree bow that looked the most like his, and I ran through the game. And it was really fun. Also, sorry if you hear the burps. I burped like twice. My bad, gang. Anyways, Nitro flattened. Genichiro is so cool. Inner Genichiro with his Sakura dance is pretty solid. Low key, just kind of average of a boss fight. Not that much harder. I'm not saying like he's 100% easy, no diff to him, blah, blah, blah. But you know he could have had some more oomph to him, more oomph, a little something. But I like that it's like if you don't perfectly parry the move, you would take damage. You know what? That I guess I could count that as a little something, little space. Inner, uh, inner Ashina or Sword Saint Ashina, low key. I'm not gonna lie. I know I had the umbrella to fight him, but I could not tell you a single freaking thing from my time fighting him. Like, I have no clue if I'm pretty sure I got him like first or second try or so. Like, the fact I don't even remember struggling with him. And to me, that's kind of disappointing. Like, maybe I should run that gauntlet again. Or I think I could fight him solo. Maybe I should do that. I also never learned how to Makiri counter. I was talking with one of my coworkers because they were playing through the game for the first time. And it was so fun. Because you know, I mean, I'm obviously always look for people to talk to about the game. Ornstein Smoke, can you stop touching me for a split second? Damn. Okay. Sorry, I had to lock in. Anyways, yeah, so I never learned how to Makiri counter. I heard everybody say like, oh, they just hit B and then, or like whenever I would watch videos, they would be like, oh, they would dodge and then do it. I'm not gonna lie, folks. I thought they would hit B as like a mental reminder that it's time to dodge. I did not realize that was actually something you had to do if you wanted to dodge to hit the Makiri counter. I just thought they were just hitting that love of the game. So, not knowing how to Makiri counter is definitely a skill issue on my behalf. That I find really funny. Low-key, there are Sekiro fans in the Big 26. I know a few people, but I hear nobody talking about the game. Now, granted, I'm not too active in the subreddit. Pretty sure, I mean, like, obviously, people are from software fans in general. You know, that'll never change. Where's the Chloranthy ring in this game? I have to think about it. Okay, that would be killer if I had that right now. Yeah, Sekiro fans, how you doing in the Big 06? Because, like, I know Executor was added to Night Rain, and that's the closest you're gonna get to having more Sekiro content. I mean, I'm a fan of Executor. He's pretty cool. You know, it's the Chloranthy ring. Um, I know where it is, but I can't think of it. That's why it's irritating me. Um, or just I guess. Low-key, I feel like I've been going on tangents, talking about something, and then forgetting why I'm talking about it. And I don't know how funny it is for you guys, but it's funny for me in retrospective. Mm-hmm. Alright, yes, cutscene, blah, blah, blah. If you don't know, you can just jump down. You don't even gotta talk to Fran, bro. I totally could. I don't know why, but when I got here, I was like, yo, I could um, warp behind that wall. I could wrong warp right now. I mean, beating the game in under an hour, that would be an achievement for me. But that's not what we're doing today, folks. Mm. But, Sekiro fans, game's good. Low key, though, aged. Not aged, but like, I don't know if we're ever going to get the sequel. I respect that from Software. It's not a, hey, let's milk this game that did well. Unlike every other company, they're you know what, this did well. Let's make another unrelated game, and I respect that. Damn it. Ooh. Um. But yeah, Sekiro. I don't know if we would ever get a game like that again. I would like to. I like Sekiro. Well, obviously, like I was saying earlier, like not at first. It took me a little bit. Oh no, I didn't finish that statement. That's why. Um, it took like I bought Sekiro, played it, realized how very heavy it was, and quit playing it. Um, and then later, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. Let me try it again. Um, and started playing it. Um, and didn't like it, so I quit again. Um, and um, third time, I finally understood it and got to playing. What does this have to do with anything? I don't really know right now, truthfully. I'm just listening to music right now. I don't have like. So, I mean, you obviously saw I turned off in-game audio because I don't know how to speak up. I don't know what it is. Every time I record, I'm just so quiet, and I feel bad because either you guys have to have your volume at like 30, or you just don't hear me. I say 30 like that's 5%. I listen to things very quietly. I don't like things loud, mostly because I feel bad if it interrupts other people watching stuff. Um, so to me, having volume at like 30% is like the max I go. I don't go crazy. I just am crazy. Um, I'm about to go for Quelaag right now. Raw. Not Quelaag, Better Chaos. I need to grab something because I don't have one, do I? Okay. Woo! Perfect time. Um, or some other good achievement. Personally, one of my most challenging runs was the no ADP, no dodge roll run. Um, so I had to in Dark Souls 2. Now that may not sound bad, but in Dark Souls 2, a lot of bosses have moves that are like, yeah, let me just slam you down to the ground. And when they slam you, it fully depletes stamina and it just smushes you no matter what. So even if you're shielding, you get put to the ground. And it's so annoying. Um, and I beat the entire game, just zero rolling. I had to learn spacing really well, learn what was punish windows, especially against freaking the Rotten, because I know when some people do challenge runs, they do. Oh, that was running. They do every boss low quirk genuinely. Um, I just beat the game in general. Mostly because I don't like the Iron Keep. I don't like the Iron Keep. I'm gonna keep it 100, folks. Trust me, this is part of the system, not the coffin. Coffin ain't part of it. Um, I know a lot of people like getting everything. I don't. I don't know why some people do. Um, so what I need right now, quickly, to you folks, is I need a bow. I'm gonna see if Big Man sells me a bow, and if not, I know where to pick one up. Purchase item. Don't know you ever, don't know it anymore. Um. Anyways, yeah. So I don't do every boss. I should fight Dark Lurker again. I plan on making a ranking dark. Oh, maybe ranking hidden bosses. Ooh, that might be a fire video. Let me know down below what you think of that idea. What would that include? So I'm trying to think of like, I know there's like Dark Souls wikis that say who's included and who's not included, but that list is so weird because it would say one boss isn't included. Well, because like, I mean, if you think about it, for Dark Souls 2, no bosses are mandatory. I've done a run where I just farm souls off regular enemies to get the million. And it's like, in that sense, technically, no bosses are mandatory. But I feel like that kills it. Um, in a sense, because it's like, ain't that the point? Mm, that's efficiency, baby. Um, but yeah, it's like they will label some bosses like the Ruined Sentinels and as optional, and the Flexel Sentry as optional. It's like, well, if you want to get the what do you call it? If you want to join what am I talking about? Join. Let's freaking do this. Um, if you want to go ahead and beat the game with the 4 Lord Souls, you would need to go ahead and um, you know, beat the 4 Lord Souls. To get to the Lost Sinner, you would need to make your way to the Lost Bastille. But how can you make your way to the Lost Bastille without entering. I'm gonna think of the place's name. What am I talking about? I just said it. The Lost Bastille. We make the Lost Bastille where the Lost Sinner is. Um, you need to either beat Ruined Sentinels or Flex Cell Sentry. So on either route, you have to beat one of them. So they're not both optional. One of them needs to be done, but I'm pretty sure the wiki lists them both as optional. So this circles back around to my original talking point. It's hard to make a optional bosses ranking because, so I think if I were to do it, Dark Souls 1, it's pretty obvious. Optional bosses, or actually, who's an optional boss? Or like the Moonlight Butterfly. Um, Obviously DLC boss, optional boss with the Black Dragon. Ah, shit, what his name? You guys know what his name is. What's his name? Come on, tell me. You know it. You watch it. I should know it. Black Dragon. Damn. Um, I know everything about him. The Calamity Dragon. He gives a ring that does double damage to you. The Goat Goth shoots him down. How do I remember freaking Goth? I can't remember his name. Phone o wisdom as I walk down. DS1 Dragon. DLC. Calamite. Yes, Calamite. He's an optional fight in the DLC, obviously. Loki, I'll stand by the fact that I think Manus is an optional boss of the DLC. The best boss in the DLC is Artorias, and it's not even close. Literally, when I played the game with my friends, when we did the DLC, I was like, bro, we're just stopping at Artorias because that's the best of it. I don't care for Manus, but if I'm optional bosses, Manus. Dark Souls 2 optional bosses, I would do getting the 4 Lord Souls and only talk about real optional fights. So, an optional fight like, what's his name? Dark Lurker. I love Dark Lurker. The Royal Rat Vanguard. Stuff like that. Dark Souls 3, there's the old Demon King. I'm a big fan of the old Demon King. I'll give it to him. Big man. He knows ball. He knows ball. Dodge roll. Or I guess jump roll. Where optional bosses? Oh, Nameless King? Holy aura. I love the Nameless King. Oh my gosh. In high school, I took a class. All right, this I'm not gonna say it's one of the embarrassing moments from school upon reflection, but it also definitely is. I was in a public speaking class, low key, just because I thought it'd be easy credit. Um, and also because truthfully, I don't like talking with people. I'm a really shy person. Um, Doing YouTube was hard for me to lock in to do because I thought I'm talking to, potentially millions of people, which is why I'm lucky that I only have 733 subscribers right now. Unless you, yes, you want to change that. Self promo. Oh, gosh, I'm cringe. But no, seriously. Yeah, this class did help me kind of like get a little bit better at talking out in public. Anyways, we had to just talk about something. I was like, you know what? My subject will be talking about why you should play From Software games. And one of my talking points was talking about the Nameless King. Um, when I talked about, it, I was like, I had spent 3 days trying to beat this man, and the joy I felt having accomplished it was unlike anything else I've ever experienced. And it's true. Having beaten him, it felt really nice. I think in general, while Dark Souls 3 might probably be my least favorite From Software game, I can appreciate what it's done, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, yeah. If I had to rank From Software games, eyeballing it right now. Bottom, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2. I forgot about Night Rain. Night Rain could go right above. Or hold on, let me restart it. From worst to best: Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Elden Ring, and then the game Night Rain after it. Not Elden Ring, Night Rain. Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2. I'm a Dark Souls 2 truther. Crazy, I know. I'm gonna make a video about how I feel about every From Software game, in better detail. I know I'm playing Dark Souls 1 right now. I'm sure everyone watching this is a Dark Souls 1 fan, but not gonna lie, peeps, I think the game's a little overrated. Um, the fact that it's still culturally significant to this day is crazy. Now, granted, this isn't like, oh, my first, or I'm not one of those people that's like, my first game was Elden Ring, so it's my favorite, obviously, or my first game was Dark Souls 2. My first game was Dark Souls 1. I, by all reason, I should love it. I just don't. I cannot believe that honestly worked. Damn. But I like that I got to choose one of them, not the other. Low court continually, free balling that. Worth a shot. All right, I have to manually go grab that. Where's my weapon? Oh, all right. Yeah, you know what? Hey, I tried. I tried. Malugo. Fucking A. Huh. That's why we're doing Better Chaos first. At least I got to choose one half. Am I right? Or am I right, fellas? No, I started today talking about work. Let me continue that. So yeah, I work at a movie theater. I don't think there's anything crazy that's ever happened at work. um, the other day, I'm working, and these two come in to watch Obsession, new movie. And I'm like, it's a rated R movie. And the rule for rated R is you have to be 17 or be accompanied by someone that's 21. And I looked at them, and I was like, they look not the right age. So I was like, hey, all right, it's welcome to the theater. Blah blah blah. We're gonna see this movie. Cool, cool. I do need to check IDs. And actually, I didn't tell the story at first. So this one guy came in. I checked his ID. He was good, and he went ahead to get concessions. Girl came in. I'm like, let me see your ID, and she's like, oh, I'm 16. I was like, all right. And she said, but I'm here to see it with someone. I was like, well, go grab him, and maybe you guys can exchange your tickets. I say maybe you can't exchange your tickets, but I was just like, depending on if that was the only movie they want to see, they could return their tickets, get a refund. Um, so I watched them. They're talking, and I turned to help some customers. Now I'm by the only front door and exit, and I'm helping a couple customers with what they need. And after 5 minutes, I turn back, and they're both gone. And I'm like, they completely ignored me. It just went in, didn't they? Ooh, that sucks. That sucks for me. Um, I wasn't really sure what to do because, yeah, this I was like, if you haven't seen Obsession, it's like it's a movie that a lot of couples went to go watch, and it's so funny because the entire point of the movie is that the person bro's with is crazy. Now, bro's a villain. Um, again, if you spoil, I would say spoilers. The movie's been out for like quite a few months, so L plus ratio if you haven't seen it. It's worth a watch. Ooh, okay, fuck me, I gotta run all the way around. Um, doing me raw, better chaos, doing me raw. Um, bitch. Um, anyways, Obsession. A lot of couples went to see it, but it's all about crazy. The villain is the main character. He makes a wish for this. So this girl is like, "Hey, listen, do you like me, bro?" And he's like, "What? No, no, I don't." To start the movie, he was literally practicing how to ask her out. So bro's crazy for her, and um, she leaves. He takes this magical item. He's like, "Ah, I wish she loved me more than anyone else." And when she's in love with him, she's all crazy, stalking him. Um, so I say stalking. I mean, they live together. Well, she moves in, pounding him like crazy. She like cooked his cat, made him eat it. He's like, "Girl, you shouldn't do that." He's like, "I'm sorry, Bear. Want to sleep with me?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, bro folds under zero pressure. And it's like low key. It kind of reveals that she's kind of like basically being possessed. Not by a demon, but by like more like another personality. Um, like for its clear thing. Um, it's a pretty good watch. But the dude's evil because she's like, hey, like her other person, like her normal personality comes out. She's like, Bear, listen, it's not me. Kill me. I can't keep living like this. And he's like, what's so wrong with loving me? And it's like, brother, you're sneaking off to go meet with a girl who actually liked you to begin with. What are you doing? Um, it's so bad. Bro, it's like so crazy. Um, and at the end of the movie, he goes to his friends like, "Hey, look, I got this thing that can make a wish, but each person can only make one. Undo my wish. And I heard a lot of people saying he said undo my wish, or he says make it so I never made a wish, so that way he could remake his own wish to begin with. And I was like, ooh, that's a crazy catch. Um, oh my gosh, I didn't fucking see that. Oh, I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself. Oh my gosh. Vodka saved me. That was very frustrating. Um, um, so yeah, so it's been believed that he wanted to remake the wish with some slight changes because bro's a fiend for this girl. I mean, low key, bro's just dealing with his first Latina. I get it's a bit of a challenge. Oh damn. Um, Me personally, I can handle it. Hashtag if you're looking. Um, I'm funny. What was I gonna say? Gosa does all that. Um, but anyways, eventually, so his friend makes a wish because he gets the one wish below. That's what they're called. And this wish is like instead of undoing his wish, he's like, "I wish for $1 billion" because he didn't believe it, and he gets $1 billion. Um, in front of his friend, he's like, "Oh my gosh, they're real! I got $1 billion." So the main character goes home, and his friend knocks on the door. He's like, "Yo, dude, I got $1 million." Like he wasn't fucking there, and the crazy girl shoots him dead for love of the game. Oh, and killed the girl who was also originally interested in the dude. By the way, no one can make a more profound frown than the girl in that movie, Nikki. Oh my gosh, look up Nikki frowning. I have never seen a more profound frown. That is pure displeasure in that look. She has received the worst news possible, and it is so funny to me. That is a new reaction image I have saved and have been sending to people. Um, but anyway, so when that happens, he decides to kill himself because apparently if he kills himself, it undoes the wish. But he's such a bitch that when he tries to do it, he immediately he does it by taking a bunch of medicine. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Never mind. And he starts to try and cough it up. But then the girl makes a wish that he would love her. So he stops doing it and blah, blah, blah. He dies, not taking her out of the wish either way. um, Terrible retelling of the movie plot. The point is, damn, I pre-gamed that goal. Okay, I couldn't even see it there. This game with a few drinks is pretty hard. Low quirk genuinely, I got no idea. No idea. Didn't mean to hit leave. I'm sorry, game. Not Covenant. Where's Warp? Sunlight Altar. No. Yes. Damn it. There we go. I also saw Backrooms. Backrooms, I heard a lot of people complaining. And low key, if you do not understand the movie, then are you fucking on your phone the entire time? Low key, I know nothing about the Backrooms lore. Not a thing. Listen, I'm 21, about to be 22. I'm the kind of person in this age group who isn't a screenager. I've never made a TikTok account, not even for my YouTube. Low key, I probably should, because it's like more advertisement for me, but I don't have one. Um, but anyways, um, yeah. So like, I'm not some sort of screenager that knew anything about the Backrooms. Just my cousin was like, "Yo, you want to go watch this?" And I was like, "Yo, bet." Especially because it was like after a shift that I work, like it just aligned perfectly. Um, and knowing nothing, I fully understood what was going on. Apparently, people were wondering where all there's like stuff missing. Apparently, the stuff they wanted was like not in the original Backrooms lore, and like that's kind of like what were you expecting? Now, granted, I miss Kanye West sang "All of the Lights" or whatever that meme is. Look, yeah, I saw this. I'm like, yo, that would have been so funny if they added that. Yeah, it's just straight up like, kind of, what did you expect? What did you expect? Come on now, Mono Me. um, but overall, Backrooms was really good. Um, Definitely was a movie setting up for a sequel. And like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like every movie can have a sequel, but if you clearly write to rely on the sequel, I feel like it hinders the movie, you know? Like what do you call it? Into the Spider-Verse, the part 2 movie it clearly heavily was relying on its sequel coming out soon. And now it's been a couple years. Um which is not good for them, obviously. Um or me. Honestly, I'm disappointed. I wanted to watch the. Listen, I don't like Spider Man. All right, that is the opinion that'll probably get me killed. I do not care for Spider Man. Low key, it was mostly because Tom Holland makes like his movies. He makes the worst decisions possible, and it's so annoying to watch. And also, I knew somebody who just loves Spider Man. He would say like, "Yo, I'm literally Spider Man," and he is the most whiniest person I have ever met. And I don't make enemies with people. Nobody disliked me, like legitimately. I've never had a person say they don't like talking with me. This guy had problems with me, so and I had problems with him because he would do nothing but complain, and he wasn't fun to be around. So my point is, um, I just the fact that he made Spider-Man his whole life kind of makes me not like Spider-Man. But I was excited to watch Into the Spider-Verse. Um, but now it's delayed, 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 delayed. And at this point, it's like, bruh, we're never watching the second movie or third movie. The third movie. Um, that's disappointing news, truly. Um, I do like the Scarlet Spider, the one that's like the clone of Peter Parker. That's my favorite Spider-Man. I gotta say. That has nothing to do with anything. Just I have a few of his comics. 'Cause I'm a comic reader. I have a really cool Green Arrow comic that's like a hand drawn illustration of him. It's so cool. I can't add it into editing because the low quirk genuinely. I'm not editing this video, breath. Full stream. I might do a slight edited version, the 20-30 minute video of like highlights. But anytime I speak is a highlight, obviously. Um, oh yeah, another thing I'm excited for. I don't know if you guys have seen. I've heard from multiple sources that there's like a Dark Souls trilogy remake in the work, and low quirk genuinely like Dark Souls 3 is probably fine, but oh my gosh, I will be buying. If it's a trilogy, like if it's all three in one, I will be buying it, no matter what. If they're sold individually, I will be buying Dark Souls 1 and 2. That is a given. Dark Souls 3, low quirk continually, I don't know what they would be changing. So that's why I don't know if I would buy it. But Dark Souls 1 and 2, yeah, I will be buying that. I'm the world's biggest Dark Souls 2 fan. Dark Souls 1, most of my issues I have with it would actually be fixed from a in general update. Okay, low quirk continually, I'm so locked in right now. Damn it. This is annoying. This Dark Souls trilogy remake will be so cool. You know, Bed of Chaos as an idea is really fun in general. Really fun idea. It just was not carried out well. Like, remove the floor falling apart and low quirk continually, it would be such a fun fight. I think that's the main killer of the fight. Because, like, look, you want to have a hand come and sweep you around. That's fine. You want to have the floor fall. That alone is fine. But it's like a floor. It's got a side. It's got the floor. Sorry, floor, hand, and side. Like all three is too much. Or just reduce how much the floor falls in by. Been at this far too long. Here's the thing. I know I can do see the scale list. I still have a lightning paper. Yeah, I can. Still got a lightning paper. I can do see the scale list. I know how to do four kings. Just full armor. Same thing with what's his name? Big skeletal guy. Big man Nito. Nito. Yeah. I know how to do Nito. I know how to do Teeth. I know how to do four kings. Low quirk continually. This is the only one that's gonna be an issue. So it's low key killing the vibe for me right now. That's why I'm kind of like struggling to talk. It's harshing my vibe. Um, I'm no little laggy. I'm not that guy. I'm not good at Dark Souls 1. I'm not the backlogs. I'm not anyone else. I am me. And I gotta do this the waning way. In Waning Moonlight, it's repeating shit till it's fucking gets done. I will do it all. I'm not good, not the best, but I'm stubborn as hell, and it will get done. Let's go, motherfucker. Damn! Alright, sounds good. Ooh, how is this as a position? Okay, not the best. All right, you know it was worth a shot. Um, We're debating playing Bayonetta as a game series. Anyone know if those are any good? Um, I'm playing her in Smash Bros. A good bit. I mean, she's kind of fun. My main is Ike because I'm a big fan of Fire Emblem in general. Um, but yeah. Um, I know Bayonetta is like a hack and slash game, and I play Final Fantasy 16, and that's my only experience with those kinds of games. And I love Final Fantasy 16. The thing is, like, obviously, I'm a From Software player. I love a bit of challenge. I'm crazy. I hope that was never up for question. Uh, oh, let's fucking go. Damn it. You know what? Hey, that's a step forward. That's a step further. Go us. All right. We did this together, chat. I say chat. Low genuinely, I'm streaming this to my tablet. If you saw that earlier, there was like a percentage show up. That's because it was dying and I plugged it in. Um, I'll drink after I go left. Yeah, so chat, that's just anyone watching the YouTube video. So yes, we were responsible for all my deaths, but we were also responsible for that victory. Oh, excuse me. Shout out. Oh shit, you know what? Forgot about this. That's a Rex shield. Yay. Low key, I don't know. Elden Ring. I know it was like one of the big. I know it's like from software. It's like biggest game, but like why? Elden Ring, like open world games, I'm so iffy on because there's two ways to go about them. There's the Breath of the Wild way, where everything's at the same level, and whenever you hit one of the big benchmarks, the game world gets harder. Or there's the Elden Ring way, where it's open world, but one area is way harder than the next. And it's very clear progression system. I feel like I could not imagine Elden Ring if it worked like Breath of the Wild, where it was like everything was on the same level till you hit a benchmark and then things got slightly harder. You know what I mean? Like, what if when you beat Morgoth, that put the world from having storm from doing 10 damage to doing 20 or something like that? Like, I feel like you're supposed to get two great runes, and that will really help because, like, obviously, if you're only gonna get two great runes, every single person's gonna get Renala and Godrix if you only need the two. If you scaled everything Breath of the Wild style, there would be some people going for oh my gosh, I'm killing myself. Rykard or um Radon as their lords. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know if you think Elden Ring should have been scaled. Um, that's my personal opinion. Because I think that'd be so fun. Because I mean, they already know how to scale. Fucking, they do New Game Plus. Excuse me. Um, Speaking of that, I made it. I mentioned in another video, but Skidoo Tree Fragment. I said I don't know what's the point of Skidoo Tree Fragment. Um, Other than to make it easier to scale things. I heard someone say, "Oh, it's to force players to explore and look at the entire map that they made." I'm like, "Well, motherfucker, it's from software DLC. Shit's gonna get explored, no matter what. You don't have to entice me to explore a From Software DLC, ma'am. I am searching far and high, far and low. I'm going everywhere in a From Software DLC." I mean, granted, it's been a good bit since I played a From Software DLC. Um, Me and my friends were doing the Elden Ring DLC. We haven't made it apart in a good bit. We live streamed our entire run. It's been on pause because the person. So it's been me, my brother, and my best friend. My best friend lived in one city, but he used to live in the city me and my brother live in, obviously. Um, that's how we met. And we've known for 15 years. And he had an internship for a school in our city, so he's living with us. So we've been all hanging out, but we haven't been working on Elden Ring because why play an online game when we can play a game right next to each other? It's like one of those things. Um, Damn, fucking pyromancy. Um, we've been talking. We're gonna get back into it. If you're a long viewer of mine and you somehow missed that, I don't know why you found us entertaining or weird. But hey, it's coming back soon. Trust, trust. Um. Anyways, I'm gonna go quiet as I lock it in real quick. Okay, there we go. That's all I did. Um, I don't know how long this was for you, the viewer. I mean, I know this obviously. It's gonna be the same for us, but low key, I don't know when I started finding this thing, so I have no clue how long this took me. It's Highlander. Praise the sun. Hell yeah. Didn't mean to hit didn't mean to hit that. Warp, we're gonna be going to Anne Orlando. See if the scale is next. Um Didn't mean to hit that. Um, when coughing, I hit misclicks. I know it's gross. I've been doing this for 2 weeks. I don't like it any more than you do. It stops me from sleeping. How much I've been coughing, it has been unenjoyable. I don't know what's wrong. Truthfully, I wish I did. Um, but it's been better. It's been getting better. Nice. Which, if how much you've been hearing that this is better than it was, I'll allow yourself to imagine how bad it was to begin with. Damn, fully iframed that. That was actually kind of crazy. I'm proud of that. Anyways, I don't know how this video is gonna do. I'm curious, honestly, because I know it's obviously not gonna be a fast time. In my videos in general, I mean, again, I'm a small creator. The views I get aren't very high, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy making videos. Because these are made for you as much as they are for me. Um, Honestly, when a few like I used to do runs on my own. I would just do them. It's like, why not? Um, I've done Broken Sword on all three games. I did Broken Sword New Game Plus on all three games, including Yorm the Giant, Gale, shit like that. Um, I uploaded shorts about that. If you look on my channel, if you can view oldest shorts, I think you can find them if you're curious for proof of it, or if you can just take my word, that would be chill-tacular. Um, One more hit. Come on, big man. All right, that's good. Um, yeah. So like these are kind of just for me. I love these games. I love playing them. Um, and I just started making videos. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do these challenge runs. Maybe I can get something from it. And and the thing is, I started doing YouTube. Promotes channels when they're new, not so much when they're older. And the thing is, I wasn't doing things right when I began. First off, I didn't learn how to actually tag a video. I've done YouTube for 2 years. I learned how to tag videos a month ago. You heard me right, a month ago. Mm, that's as bad as it sounds. Um, because obviously tagging a video is how it finds an audience. Um, Now I don't know if, and then also when I began, um, like YouTube like heavily promotes people for a while, and during that era, I didn't want my voice on camera, so what I did was I would add text to screen, and I mean they did fine for views. Obviously, I was pretty funny, I think. I also didn't make good thumbnails. I mean, I like to imagine in general, I've improved and improved and improved, but thumbnails, I know for a fact, have gotten better. They still feel hit or miss to me sometimes. Um, but overall, they definitely feel better than they were. Um, and just in general, because I didn't know what I was doing to begin with. It crushed some of my growth. Um, yeah, just the thing I've always told myself is pretty simple. I don't need a million views. I don't need a million subscribers. What I need is just to hear. I just need a single like. If I get a single like, then that tells me. That tells me I made someone's day better. And if I made someone's day better, or at least entertaining, then I did my job. That's all I aim to do. So, oh man, damn. That's why I make videos when I have a cough. That's why I make videos when I'm fighting for it. Just because I figured, hey, there's a chance I can make somebody happy. Maybe I could voice an opinion that isn't out there. Maybe I could do something that somebody thought impossible and let them know that they can do it themselves. Um, Yeah, and it's also hard because sometimes I want to make. It's hard to make a video where I put a lot of effort into it and then watch it get 10 views and that's it. But also sometimes it's about when you upload it. Like I uploaded a YouTube short that was 16 seconds long saying, "Yo, I got a hexakill playing Magic in Marvel Rivals." And it was such a clean video. And after a week, it had gotten, I'm not even kidding, like 5 views. I re-uploaded it, made it 14 seconds long, changed nothing else, and it got over 1K views in a day. Like, what? That's weird. Oh, damn it. Oh, thank goodness. I cannot actually believe that. Uploading's weird. Truthfully, I don't know what tags work for Dark Souls videos. I just do Dark Souls challenge run. I might start doing all tags, like like Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, From Software, Elden Ring, shit like that. I don't see any reason why not. They're all related. If you like one, you like the rest. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I should do a Dark Souls 3 video soon. Low key, I'm like a Dark Souls. So my channel is Dark Souls 2 based. Good bit of Guilty Gear. I love Guilty Gear. Um, that's one of my favorite fighting games. Oh, my main favorite is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It goes Ultimate, Guilty Gear, Smash Bros. Brawl for a top three. Um, Guilty Gear is so fun. It's my profile icon, so I like it, obviously. Um, Abba is who I main. She's really bad since an update of the game. Like, holy. She is not who I signed up on. However, I can't switch up because, like, I don't want to be a bandwagon. Like, oh, my main's bad. Let me switch up who I play. That's a bitch move. I'm gonna keep playing. Actually, no, sorry. I lied. I'm replacing Brawl with Street Fighter 3 Alpha Third Strike or whatever the fuck it's called. Third Strike. Um, I play that with my brother and my cousin. And, like, listen, I don't want to be that guy. They play fighting games here and there. Part of my channel is playing fighting games. You can imagine how that goes for them. I play Ken. Um, Mostly because when I was younger, I got a cool Ken controller from my PS2 and has them doing a short YouTube on it. So I'm a big fan of that. Um, I even play him in Smash Bros. Um, a big fan of that guy. Um, Loki, I didn't mean to kick that. Fuck. Alright, we're panicking. So, need to hit that. Havel's armor has the best curse resistance out of any armor I have. So we're using that. So we're gonna try our best to not get cursed. It's the low court cannulate, that's the main killer. Okay, it's good. It's good numbers. Good numbers. Um, I should grab more. All right, I'm gonna bait out a long range attack. Yo, big man, big man. Big man from this far. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Street Fighter's fun. I tried a bit of Street Fighter 6. I say a bit. I've uploaded a few videos on it. Low key, I don't like it because it complicated too many things. I mean, like, I don't know what's with it. Um, but like, people online just spam, and it's not fun to play against, in my opinion. Um, so I gotta admit, like, I mean, I know what I'm doing. I know how to play Ken, and yet I end up losing. There's some sort of like art or something, some like green moves that people do. I have no clue how to fuck to do that. Um, I see some people hit long. I've fought so many people that just spam long range moves. Not even fun to play against. Um, yeah, just a lot of people ruined the experience in general for me. Street Fighter 6 has potential, and also the skins and stuff cost an arm and a fucking leg. And that, I think, is crazy. I'm gonna go for Nito. Ah, man. Um, what else I got? Yeah, if you jump into the hole, he hates you. Yeah, I think that's still funny. I did nothing to bro. Um, I hope that I just have to like can breathe into nose. I hope you didn't have to hear that. I have something where like my nose is always stuffy, and it's the worst thing ever. I don't know why I have it. I just gotta live with it. It makes me sound always congested. Definitely messes with how my voice sounds, which is really annoying. Um, yes, I don't know how I sound. It makes me self-conscious because, like, obviously everyone knows how they talk. It's not how they sound. If you don't know that, then I'll be the one to tell you, I guess. Yeah, how you hear yourself isn't how you sound to everyone else in the world. Um, Now hear myself back. I've been editing for so long that I don't really mind, like, in general. Um, it has been 2 hours. Okay, so I have like 20 minutes for me to reach my goal. Cool. Um, yeah. Anyways, just ooh, what was I talking about? Yeah, just how I sound. Never been 100% confident in it, but I'm just used to it by now. I have zero confidence in anything I do, to be in general. It turns out I'm pretty gifted when it comes to doing some things. Like, I went into damn a welding class, and apparently every single person the dude had notes for, like, yeah, hey, you could have done this better. Hey, you could have done this better. he got to me, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good." Or with sports, uh, I was just pretty gifted in general. Um, Believe it or not, I might do video game YouTube, but I'm not just some chud. I'm actually pretty physical. I work out a bit often. Um, anyways, yeah, I just got no confidence. I'm telling everyone just 'cause I've had too many drinks tonight. I'm being honesty is forthcoming. Besides, no one's gonna watch this video this deep in. Um, I've said it so many times. See, this is what I'm talking about. Often have I said, "Oh, I'm a small channel. No one's gonna watch me." Yada yada yada. Like, see, that's just examples of it. I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna be embarrassed of this in the morning. However, as long as sound comes through, I will be uploading this video. Um, so I know Paladin Leroy's gonna invade, but I'm going to kindle the flame. It's kind of, I gotta admit, one thing I'm proud of. I was able to talk through so long while having, like, I don't have no Twitch chat. I don't got shit. I'm just bouncing thoughts off myself. And you know what? I'm sure it's at least a little bit entertaining to hear my ramblings. Um, you know, top 10 wait, or I'm not even gonna do 10, bro. Just a few Waning Moonlight video game recommendations. So this is gonna be assuming you've played the Dark Souls trilogy already, but Waning Moonlight 3 game recommend, or no, just a few game recommendations in general. One and two will be Final Fantasy 15 and 16. Holy, do I love these games! Final Fantasy 16. Who the fuck are you? Who invited you, bruh? Oh, damn it. Sorry. I don't know where bro came from. Anyways, professional. Professional, as what we call me. Um, Final Fantasy 15 to 16. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy games in general. These games have some beautiful stories. Dark Souls 2 enjoyers, listen, Final Fantasy 15 is known as the black sheep of the Final Fantasy series. It's known as the worst game. However, just as I'm a DS2 enjoyer, I'm a Final Fantasy 15 enjoyer. Trust, alright? That's all I gotta say. Just trust. It's so good. It is so good. If you're not a coward, you'll enjoy the game. Alright? If you're not too scared to try a game famously for being bad, you'll enjoy it. Final Fantasy 16 is also known kind of for being, it's like known for being different. Some people say it's bad. Obviously, I like it. Just like that one meme, that one guy, I don't know his name. I like it. I think it's good. One of the, I gotta admit, there have been, I don't cry much, like in general. I'm just like, it's not that I'm not emotional, just like nothing makes me cry. Um, Stuff that's made me cry was like my friend talk about like their dead mother. That made me cry. Realizing what death meant, that made me cry. and the ending of Final Fantasy 15 and 16 made me cry. That's how comparable these things are to me. Those might sound crazy. Play the damn game. All right, play the game. Damn, that does some damage. I'm just gonna hit this till he gets here. So those games are so good in my opinion. Instant recommendation. Guilty Gear. If you're looking for a fighting game other than something like Smash Bros, that's a pretty good one. It is one of the most bizarre fighting games ever. My main ABBA. Dang, what happened to dating? What weapon? Being enough. Avoid that slam. I say slam, but you know what I mean. Anyways, um, Guilty Gear. I play a homunculus whose husband is a talking key battle axe. It's so peak. At least it is in my opinion. Um, Another good game recommendation for me. Pokemon Emerald. There's no better that is the Pokemon. That is the Pokemon game. I gotta admit, like it's definitely a little bit aged. It's hard to say. It's not like it's an um unpopular opinion to say Pokemon Emerald's good. It was my first ever Pokemon game, so that, of course, that one's definitely biased. Um, um, just the whole one's my favorite games in general. I love Quake. I love Blaziken, my goat. Um, it's the only game, in my opinion, to go 3 for 3 in terms of starters. I can't think of any other game. Pokemon Gen 1 is close. In terms of, apparently I'm about to freaking rank every Pokemon generation of starters. I started myself on this journey, and there should be no returning. I have another rank. I fucking don't. Gen 1, low quirk genuinely. I'm not a Charizard fan. You can't tell by now, apparently, I'm not a big fan of popular things. Charizard, I don't care for Charizard. Kill me for it. Okay. But you know what? Squirtle, my goat, Bulbasaur, he's solid enough that I'll give him a pass. Like he's good. Gen 2, Feraligatr, my goat. Cyndaquil and Typhlosion are kind of meh. I don't like it. They just feel kind of basic. Chikorita, for my brother's sake, I will say it's cool. Back before we knew how to actually play Pokemon, he loved to use a Chikorita, and because we didn't know how to play, like they were kind of good. Not Chikorita, Meganium, and recently in Pokemon Go, I caught a shiny Chikorita, and I finally evolved into Meganium, and it's so cool. I'm so proud to have it. So I got like a little love for Meganium. Not enough to say it's a top tier Pokemon, but enough to say it's cool. Yeah, I just don't care for Cyndaquil. Gen 4, low quirk genuinely, I don't care for Gen 4. People say, "Oh, Cynthia's so hard. It's such a good game." No, it's not. I don't know how. people struggled with that game. I played that game. I don't know what age people played it. I was in middle school, so I feel like that's the age group when people would have played it. I soared through that game, zero difficulty. I didn't find the damn thing. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't struggle with Cynthia. I literally beat the Elite Four in her first try. Honestly, I just didn't care for the game because it just kept having crazy level jumps. I would have to just go grind, and that didn't feel fun. That ruined the experience for me. Oh, there's no weapons. That one's like a fucking walk. Yeah, and in terms of starters, I only like Emporion. The rest are meh. I don't care for Infernape. Turtle is chill. I would not pick him ever. Turtwig, I would not pick him. I love turtles. I love my grass starters. Mad respect to them, but I would not choose Turtwig. Um, if I had to choose someone other than Polion, it would be him. That's just it's like I can't do my main pick. He's my backup choice. That's to me that feels like he's not that good. Um, yeah, let's see. Gen 5. I don't care for Emboar. Samurot's my goat. I'm a water type starter. In general, I'm a water type starter. Gen 3 is the big exception with Torchic. See, Gen 6 is X and Y. X and Y. I'm a basic bitch. I go with Greninja. But nobody can tell me they think that Gen 6 goes 3 for 3. Chespin, so mid. Delphox, furry bait, acceptable furry bait. It hits the mark. But still, you get the point. It's just furry bait. I know I myself am gonna clip that time of 218. I'm clipping that. I'm doing myself dirty there. It's too good to not clip that. But yeah, Gen 7. What's after X and Y? Alola. The water. That was the first time I didn't care for the water type. I don't care for Emboar. I went straight for uh, Owl Boy. Damn it. Yeah, just in general, Emboar, then the water type, they're pretty mid. I could not tell you the water type's name. I love the bird. I couldn't tell you their name off the top of my head. I'm a big bird fan. I know he's technically an owl. Shut up. He's my pick for that gen. And that's it. Where are you going? After that game is Sword and Shield. Low Quirk, genuinely, I don't like any of those starters. I chose Gorilla Boom and boxed him. I've never boxed a starter in any of my runs. I boxed Gorilla Boom. I thought he was so mid. Um, I love Sword and Shield. I actually did enjoy those games. Um, that made me have a new favorite Pokemon. That being Chandelure. That's a story I'll tell afterwards. Yeah, this point being, I guess you could say Sword and Shield went 3 for 3 in terms of misses. Let me reset the spawn fire actually. Respawn here. Then Legends are I'm not gonna count the Legends games because I mean they take starters from older games. I feel like that's cheating. So the next Switch game was Scarlet Violet. Also not 3 for 3. Again with the water type. That game I chose the grass cat thingy. Once again, successful furry bait. Let's go. Although the alligator was pretty cool. I gotta admit, it was so base to have another good fire choice option. But yeah, anyway, Sword and Shield. I'm gonna go back to that. So that was the gosh. So that was the first game I ever completed the Pokédex for. So I don't know what it was about that game, but me and my friends, we just were really into it. And we really like doing the raid battles. That's what it was. It was the fucking raid battles. We had a lot of fun doing those. And then I was dating someone at the time who like was working on completing the Pokédex. So not only could they trade me some Pokemon, but then I would trade them some Pokemon. And that led me to 100% Pokédex. And then I also 100%ed both DLC Pokédexes. And that brings like the game leaves a special place with me. I don't know, in my heart, if you want to get soft like that. Just because of like what I've done with it. You know, me and my friends play it. It's special. It's the only game I've ever done Pokédex with, and it's all Pokédexes. You know, because I did the DLC ones as well. So yeah, it's special. Damn it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna lock into this. Oh yeah. Speaking of that X, so that's why a Chandelure became one of my favorite Pokemon. So like it was gonna be a little thing for their birthday. I was gonna, I had the shiny charm. I was gonna shiny hunt a Pokemon, Litwick, that they loved. And around that time, as I was in the middle of farming him, we broke up. Happened, life. um, but I was like a few weeks later, I was like, you know what? I have a bunch of these eggs. I want them out of my inventory. And what do you know it? I had the shiny Litwick. I named it River Styx, and I realized I was like, that is the first shiny I've ever worked for. I mean, I found a few back in Pokemon Black and White. Obviously, 'cause you used to get a lot in those games. This was like the first one I ever like worked for, I guess, and it felt special. And it also was pretty good in combat too. Um, so it just I kept using it in battles, and I started hunting more shiny Pokemon. I hunted a Slowbro, Slowking. I hunted for a Starmie. Starmie is up there for me. Also because of just the work I put in to hunt it. Ooh, my gosh. Um, yeah, just I got a lot of memories with those games. That's what makes them so beloved, in my opinion. Is this way too deep? Maybe. Reveal whatever. Again, I'm gonna just tell myself, ain't nobody watching this deep into a video, so that means I can say kind of like whatever at this point. Okay. All right. Sorry, I've been listening to music in my earbuds. Um, and it died. They weren't charged. And on me. Whatever. But I only had one in, so I could pop the other one in. Tactic genius. Um, this is not a speed run, but ain't nothing fast about this. Oh damn! I forgot I was gonna do that. Oh well. I don't know how you people get down here. You people. Um. Oh. Oh no! I didn't tell you to touch me. Freaking distorter. I just know where to go because of how many because of items on the ground. That's how I know myself. It's a pretty useful system. Loki is probably not the fastest anyone's ever beat in this game. Um, but I am proud of timing wise. This ain't too bad. Um, I know I'm only on the Four Kings right now, but Four Kings is pretty close to going. Yeah, Grammy. Grammy, what? I think I'm not gonna like that. You poor muscular man. Oh yeah, I was at work today. Like I had said earlier. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna fucking Grammy again, bitch. And this woman came in, she got her tickets, walked up, and came back. It's like, hey, a handsome man hasn't come in, has she? He's like a handsome black man. And I was like, man, I didn't say it, but I'm like, man, that's not very descriptive. But I was like, no, I don't think he has. I'm like, she's older. She should probably talk about her son, whatever, or husband. I'm like, I'm sure she's biased. But then in walks a man a little bit later. And I'm like, if I had to describe this man, it'd be as a handsome man. That's all I could use to describe him. That's an attractive dude right there. And once you know, the woman waved him down. I'm like, ah, dang, she was kind of on point with this scripted. And I don't know why I thought that was so funny. All right. She's not, he would. I didn't say she. So it's talking about an old one. Let's do some. Look, it's free stamina regen. Alright, alright. 4 king. Okay, okay. Well, we're rocking. Alright. 4 kings. Low court cannuli are not difficult. No matter what, even if you don't cheat your health bar to be this big. It's like, I'm just standing here, bro. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Sunny D and kill, do a little bit more damage. The worst part about finding these guys is just that alive when like a 5th king shows up. Like, that's the hardest part about it. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright, time to go fight Gwen. Now, out game time, it says it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm a little bit thinking I'll be okay. Like within my time limit, just because I've done a few quit outs. But I guess we're gonna find out. Overall, thank you for watching. I don't know how you watch this. If you can tell, don't believe in myself, so I'm surprised if anyone made it this deep in the video. If you did, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And it's time to go fight Gwen. Alright. I had to pause for a little second. We're gonna continue the game. And hopefully but anyways, this has been fun. Honestly, little quick Dark Souls 1 run. It could have been better chaos, could have been cleaner. Thing is, usually I go off a video of where to throw the fire bombs. I didn't watch it. Again, I think I mentioned I'm listening to music. Starbomb's been my music of choice with a little bit of Daughtry and Breaking Benjamin. Small bit of 3 Days Grace too, of course. With Starbomb because I'm in a silly and whimsical mood. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to parry. I have not parried once this run. I'm pretty good at parrying Gwen in general. However, I'm not too confident. Damn. These coughs are killing me. Low court cannuli, I can't remember not coughing. It adds an extra like hour of me falling asleep because I just cannot. All right. How much damage we doing? I gotta remember to hit the 2-hand option. Nope. All right. All right. So it turns out I do not have enough time to 2-hand this bitch. Obviously, that's fine. Maybe if I do it like quick enough. Okay, so I clearly got that parry. See, like, you can get the riposte so fast. Why can't you two-hand that quick? I mean, I definitely got this. There's no way I don't. Yeah, like this. I have all confidence in this. Okay, honestly, when I kind of whiffed that guy, I thought I was good. All right, that should be it. Boom. All right. That's Wayne Moonlight's special speed run. Enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Oh, I was gonna go do the dark ending. There we go. So let's see. The final time for this run was in-game time, of course. You know, out-game time don't count. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Oh, baby. That's right there. That's right at what I wanted. Thank you all so much for watching. If you, I mean, clearly you made it through. You made it through the video. I don't know why. Subscribe, please. Please. Pretty please. Thank you.